Happy if you're happy. Oh, there's people outside. Wah, wah, wah. Let's talk about credit, shall we? Before we get too far into this topic, I just want to apologize sincerely for my voice. It was a whole negative 400 degrees outside yesterday, and I'm not feeling super well, as you can probably tell by my voice. My larynx is just not doing things that it's supposed to do, but that is okay. Today I want to talk about credit cards and if you should get one and why you would do that, and just like in general, what the heck is credit? People always give me dirty looks when I use a credit card, like maybe I'm irresponsible or maybe there's a stigma with credit cards, but something that a lot of people don't realize, I think especially in the college time, is that credit is really important if you ever want to get a loan, like a mortgage, or if you want to get a car or something really expensive, like if you're going to medical school, getting a loan in the future is probably kind of important. And having established credit, which is kind of like your reputation with money, that's important. So I got a credit card this summer, and I have just been using it for small purchases just to kind of get my reputation building. And the reason why people get credit and the reason I got a credit card is so that loan officers or banks can see that you know how to manage your money well. And so your credit score is also based off of your ability to manage your money, and it's kind of your reputation. So the way that you spend and the way that you pay things back is reflected in your credit score. So let's talk about the components that make up a credit score. There are about 4 things that I think are the most important that make up your credit score. The first thing that makes up your credit score is the age of your credit. So this basically just means the length of time that you've had a credit account open. So the longer you've had a credit account open, the higher your credit score as a result of that. So having kind of a reputation again of having that credit account, even if you're not using it, that's why it's a good idea to not close down credit accounts even if you're not using it, because your credit age will still be building even if you're not utilizing the card. The second thing that impacts your credit score is the number of accounts you have. So there's, I believe, a sweet spot. I'm kind of new to this, so I only have 1 account, but I believe that loan officers and banks and people who are looking at your credit score like to see that you have kind of like a diversified accounts, and so having a credit account and having had a loan in the past is helpful. Again, this is a reputation thing, so they know that you know how to deal with that, and loans, I feel like, are usually a little bit more expensive than what a measly college student might be using your credit card for. Hopefully you're spending less than you would on your loans. The third thing that I think impacts your credit score, actually I know this impacts your credit score, but that is the amount of your credit line that you're using. So your credit line is the amount of money essentially that your credit company is loaning you per month, the max amount. So if somebody maxes their credit card out that month, they're using all of their credit line. So let's say, for example, your credit company gives you a credit line of $100. It is suggested that you use only about 30% of that or less, and so you would be okay spending $30 of your $100, and that would keep your credit score high where it should be. But if you're using more than that, it doesn't look as good. So usually your credit line is going to be slightly more than 100, hopefully, but that's just an example. So using 30% or less of your credit line per month is helpful for your credit score. The fourth and last thing is paying your bills on time. This again is like your reputation. So if they can see that you will pay consistently and you are reliable and you are responsible, they will be more willing to loan you money. So basically having a credit card is like a game of trying to prove yourself with how you know how to manage your money. You can fake it till you make it, truly, but that's what a credit card for me is for. So how, as a college student or as a young person, can you use your credit card wisely and still be building credit? So the thing about building credit is you don't have to be spending a lot of money. So even if you're only spending 1% of your credit line, you're still utilizing credit. You're still able to pay a bill on time. You're still able to have that account open. And so all of those things are contributing to your credit score. And so even if you just use it for gas and that's all you use your credit card for, that's going to help you establish your credit score, and it's going to build your reputation in that way. So I personally only use my credit card for things that I already have money for. I don't like to use my credit card as a cushion necessarily. I do use my credit card for things when there's a point in my bank account that I don't want the money to drop below. It's arbitrary, it doesn't matter, all of the money can come out or go in as it pleases, but I'm more comfortable having it at a certain point. And so sometimes I'll use my credit card. If I get paid Friday, I'll use it on Tuesday, and then I'll pay on Friday so that my bank account doesn't dip below that imaginary line. So I'll use it for that, but I don't use my credit card for things that I don't have money for. I will wait until I have money to buy it before I use my credit card, because I think the trap is you can fall into debt because there's a lot of mysterious charges that you might run across, and then you won't have enough money to pay it, and then you'll be on monthly payments and it'll just be a disaster. So my number one tip is only use it for things you already have the money for. I also use my credit card to get cash back, because on my credit card I get like 1 or 2% cash back on gas in restaurants, and so I'll use it to get some of that cash back. So I'll use it for gas and I'll use it for restaurants because I know that I get some money back from that, and I still have the money in my debit account, and so using my credit card isn't any different, except for I get like 1% off, which isn't huge, but it adds up. I also would recommend paying all of it off every month. I wouldn't recommend just making the minimum payment, because if you already have the money to pay for it, you should just pay it off, and then you won't have any interest on your things. And also, this looks super good to loan officers in the future. What I like to do is I will make a payment on my credit card if there's any balance on there every time I get paid. So like, let's say I get paid $100 on Friday, I'll put a quarter of that towards my credit card so that I can continually be paying that off, and it's not this huge charge at the end of the month that I wasn't expecting. The last thing to discuss is how to choose a card. So I chose the card that I have because there aren't any fees associated with it. There aren't any monthly fees, there's no charges, there's no weird rules associated with it. So I have the Discover Chrome card, I believe, something like that. I meant to get the Discover It card, which is for students, and it has a lot of cashback opportunities, so would recommend doing that. Discover has been great so far. Their customer service has been really nice. I haven't had any problems. So they also give you a credit score, and I think a lot of credit companies will do that, but you get it for free, which is super nice. So if you are looking for a credit card and you think that the Discover Chrome or the Discover It card, or just Discover in general, sounds good, there is a link in the description. It's a referral code. Apparently they do that. I'm not sponsored by them, but if you sign up with it, I get like a $50 credit. So, I mean, if you're gonna do it anyway, you might as well just use my link. It'd be nice. I'm poor, so please help me. I'd appreciate it so much. So hopefully this video helps you understand credit a little bit more, and you have kind of a better grasp of why you might want to consider getting a credit card, and how to choose a credit card, and how to use a credit card, and all the things about credit cards. So if you found this helpful, please please subscribe, share it with your friends, use my link, leave me a comment about something, please. I want to hear from you. And that is all that I have for you for today. I will see you next time. Bye!